now there's a bill that's on the floor in federal court that would restrict overland or off-roading to only like BLM land. And even in Florida, we're seeing stuff getting shut down. It's just all trending in the direction where what we're doing right now, we won't be able to do anymore. Enjoy it while we can, you know, tomorrow isn't promised.
So how did this whole thing start?
John Berkmeyer.
John Berkmeyer.
John Berkmeyer.
John freaking Berkmeyer.
So I'm John Berkmeyer, and I created, with the help of some great friends, the Florida Adventure Trail.
The crew all came together when we all kind of met each other individually at the Southeast Adventure Vehicle Expo. I had met Zach walking around the vendor area the night before it all kicked off, and he recognized me.
You met Brad at the Save Expo.
Yeah, we met Brad DeRue at the Save Expo,
which is surprising because I have a very small channel.
So I met Brad in Asia at the Save Expo in 2022.
My wife and I were walking with Danon, who we had met at the Tread Lightly booth, talking about Overland Bound.
Brad and his family and I were walking, looking at all of the vendors there.
And he and I were hanging out. We walked by.
And Asia was filming, and Brad went, "Oh my God, that's Baptism Overland. I follow him."
So I said, "Asia."
Somebody just yelled out my name from behind me.
And Asia turned around.
And he said he was like Brad from something Kangaroos or something.
So he went up and he started talking to Asia, and Asia was cool.
Was totally fanboying me.
He was definitely fanboying.
And he was there with Danon, and I thought they had already known each other like forever. Come to find out, they had just met there.
You know, we all hit it off like right away.
And then I get a really suspicious email from a guy named John Berkmeyer.
We were a little skeptical at first because the email came through kind of weird, like the message.
You know, he wanted me to run the Florida Adventure Trail and create content for it.
You know, as a channel, you get weird requests, and it seemed kind of fishy.
At the time, like, I had no business making YouTube videos. Frankly, I still have no business making YouTube videos.
As I remember, he was reaching out to YouTubers in Florida that he had reached out to on his page of Florida YouTubers that people like.
And so I just started asking for feedback and help on like who the great local like Florida YouTubers were.
Someone, I guess, tossed our name into the hat.
So I started reaching out to all of them.
We really liked the idea of a trail going through Florida.
Zach and Tracy just like listened to my whole spiel.
He talked us through what the whole Florida Adventure Trail was.
I think Zach literally said, "Well, we're in."
We went and did the trail solo.
Mm-hmm.
We soloed the trail. The rest of the group got together.
John reached out to Asia, and Asia brought it to Brad and I.
And I'm like, hey, there's this guy that reached out to me. You guys want to do it? And the first thing Brad was like, absolutely. And in fact, I think Danon had reached out to John like right after that.
I basically immediately reached out to John. I was like, "Bro, saw your video, heard about you, love what you're doing."
One of the things that I had problems with prior to is, how do I find trails?
I myself, a resident of Florida, only knew of a few decent places to go. And here's this guy that has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles of trails and campsites and stuff like that. And I went, oh my God, somebody has done it.
I asked them, I was like, hey, would you guys just be willing to go run the route yourself and make a video and give honest feedback?
And then on the whim, we all just invited John to come along with us, and I don't think he wanted to come along with us.
My worst fear is like being stuck on a boat with people I don't like.
But he came.
Once we hopped on this Zoom call, I was like, man, these guys are like the real deal. and I feel like I feel like they could hang, and I feel like I could hang with them.
And then from that fold, Brad brought in Sunshine State Vikings.
And that's where we met the rest of the group, you know, Adventures with Danon, Baptism Overland, and, you know, John Berkmeyer in person, because before that we had only communicated over the phone.
I mean, it was kind of one big happy accident, right? Isn't that what Bob Ross says? You know, he's like, oh, it's just a happy accident.
From there, that's sort of where it stemmed into this whole idea where, hey, let's maybe do some more stuff together, and, you know, because we're all kind of along the same vision of like what we want to do, you know, get out there, explore more, do more, and see more.
Far too many people miss out on adventure. I think that they spend a whole lot of time dreaming about going and doing incredible things and planning trips and builds on their vehicles instead of actually just experiencing adventure in their own backyard.
So we are pulled over, setting up a shot on Roller Coaster Road, which is duly named because it goes up and down in elevation. It is 102 degrees out. So we are toasty.
I want you guys kind of close together so I can see all of you coming down the different hills versus two spaced out.
An intimate shot.
Intimate
shot.
Do a top down.
Zach's going to take his top down, so
That's
that's
it.
pretty cool. The joke on the Georgia Traverse when Zach and I ran it was that we were doing the reverse traverse in reverse because we spent more time backing up than we actually did driving forward.
Didn't know anything about this place, but my buddy Jack, who lives up here and helped me, you know, design the route that goes through here, told me about this place. It's basically an abandoned neighborhood that started back in the late 60s. They built all the infrastructure and everything for a neighborhood that they wanted to have hold like 60,000 residents was the plan. They have road names and stuff, but they never built any of the houses. They thought that they would build this neighborhood and that businesses and recreational activities would follow behind it, and that just never happened. All these roads that cut through here, you're into this maze of just neighborhood after neighborhood of just empty lots, empty lots, empty lots. If you didn't have a map, you would get lost back here for sure, because there's really no rhyme or reason to the layout of everything, and it's all overgrown.
So I would say my favorite part of the Florida Adventure Trail is Econfina. You go in Econfina and it's like totally not Florida anymore. Like it feels like really deserty. You know, the landscape, even the plants growing are all like super short things. You think like more like a desert kind of feel. being in Florida with all this lush, it's always scrub pine and pine trees everywhere you go. So it was like totally different. And so I thought that was like really pretty and probably my favorite part of the Florida Adventure Trail.
I would say that the thing that I'm going to remember the most is being able to do the hospitality role for the group and be able to cook for everybody each night. I love being able to share cooking, host for people. Hey, this is the first time we've gotten together as a group to jointly try to put this together. And just getting to share that with you guys was probably the thing that I'm going to remember the most.
All right, guys, what are we having for dinner tonight?
So we're having steak and red potatoes with asparagus.
This is the first time that we're all traveling together, and you guys chose me for hospitality. I wanted to share something special with you guys from Iceland.
Nice.
So this is Brennivin. It is one of Iceland's authentic liquors. It is an aqua vit. You always typically serve it chilled, so it's been on ice.
Skull. There we go.
Go.
Bottoms up, take the whole thing.
Whole thing down.
Oh, I like that.
That's good.
A little bit of fire going down, right?
That's good.
Not too bad though, right?
All right, day 2, morning 1 out here at Sweet Tupelo. We're getting packed up. We're gonna have some coffee and just get ready to hit the trail. We gassed up last night, so we should be good to go from here. It's gonna be a good day.
Where are you? So this morning we're starting the day at our hip camp right here on the Apalachicola River. The guy Greg that owns the place, super nice guy, loves the Florida Adventure Trail, loves Overlanders. There's 3 sites here, and we were able to get all 3 locked down because who really wants to camp in the middle of August?
We have a water crossing. I'm gonna go find out if it's a passable one or if it's something that we have to avoid.
John, can we request you to go to the other side of this and come back?
Oh, okay, yeah, 10-4, I can do it.
There's a long one because you only have like a small sandbar and it keeps going.
So it goes down here, goes over that sand barge, then keeps on going, and it goes over and over and over.
And do you guys feel it's passable?
Yeah, I think it's super passable.
Yeah, judging it, it looks like a hard-packed sand bottom.
John is the tallest rig.
And our depth checker.
And our depth checker and the most experienced. So we're going to send him to scout the water holes first, essentially, and then report back.
Oh yeah. All right, here we go. I got stuck and I had to back up. I was like, oh, freak, how deep in the water am I? I peed in my pants a little bit.
Just a little bit?
A little bit.
If you had sucked in water through your intake, your engine would have stopped, it would have been violent, and you would know in a heartbeat. If you can catch it fast enough, you can kill your engine, pull all the spark plugs, turn it over out the spark plugs in, and try to get a lot of that water out of there. But other than that, you're calling an off-road recoverer, and that's...
Yeah, well, you can't get to a Jeep spark plug that easily.
You can't. No, it's a big deal. I was almost getting ready to drop my pants and come in and get you.
We had a little bit of a water intrusion happening right there. John is stuck. He has a kind of iffy drive shaft and doesn't want to push it through this kind of a situation.
Yeah, there's a log right here. I can feel it. And I just didn't have enough momentum coming in just...
And we are just going through some things this morning. And it's not even noon.
Apalachicola is hands down one of my favorite sections of the FAT, just because I have such an emotional connection to it, and that I've just shared so much time with my family there, and we kind of grew as a family in Apalachicola that it's really hard for me to choose any other place. Because truth be told, I didn't really like Apalachicola. I just like the things that happened there.
So the trail we're on right now was the beginning of my overlanding adventures, and almost at the very same time, the end of my overland adventures. On this trail is a huge hole that was covered in water. It didn't look very big, but it almost sent us flop over on the side. We were on two wheels there for a second. The girls were scared, Kayla was scared. Then we came to a pretty deep, substantial water crossing. Now, this is pre-Weeboost, this is pre-radio, so nobody really knew we were out here. Nobody really had any way of getting in contact with us, and we had no way of getting in contact with them. So the only thing that we could really do was figure out whether we were going to push on forward into the unknown or figure out how to turn around and go back to what had just scared us. But I'm glad that we were able to persist and pursue this adventure more, building our skill sets and building our gear so we can do these things in a safe way, because that was not a safe way. We kind of let ego get in the way of doing this safely there for a minute. So I have a pretty deep emotional connection to this trail because it almost ruined what has become one of the greatest things in my life.
I drive a Land Rover LR3, right? They are known for being hyper reliable, no electrical issues. And strangely, I had some of those things.
Oh, I just got, here, listen, I got a funky noise.
Start after the water crossing?
Yeah.
I hear a ding, and the dings in the Rover could be like, all right, your memory seat is 1, or you've broken down. I look down, I have no dash lights, no speedometer, no nothing. It comes back and it says transmission fault, suspension fault, my parking lights blinking, and I'm going, oh God, electrical issues, no!
What do you think? Will the Rover survive the Florida Adventure Trail?
I mean, it's a Rover, so probably not.
What's up with the drive shaft?
The rear U-joint has been needing to be replaced for a while. It actually stretched the yoke a little bit, and so we heated it up and hammered it kind of back into round for this trip. So it's just making a little bit of a unwelcomed noise since it's stretched. The U-joint's just kind of like
So what's the plan?
Keep driving it. More importantly, I just spilled an entire thing of flossers all over the forest, so I had to get those picked up. But they still work good, so everything's going great. What have you got there, Brad?
John, I noticed you were admiring my apple pies over here.
Mm-hmm.
So there are 2 things that are required for a successful camping trip.
Tell me more.
Can I show you?
Yep.
All right, so the first thing is adventure cookies. Specifically...
Gotta be careful with those adventure cookies.
Yes, the ones in the 5-pack for like $6. Listen, you can't put a price tag on a good adventure cookie.
That's not the type of adventure cookie I was expecting.
Nope, yeah, so this
Different adventure cookie.
is much different.
Okay.
Once you're on the adventure, then you need apple pies, the cake apple pies.
Apple pies in a bag?
But these are the Intimate Baker's Delights. These are like 100 grams or 100 calories.
Did you say Intimate Baker's Delight? Entenmann's.
Yep. I would be honored if you would share an apple pie with me on this
down.
adventure that we're on. So they're a little not great. In my culture, we just say, cheers.
It's kind of like a stale Krispy Kreme donut filled with sugary apple goo. And that combination together makes what I would call an adventure pocket. Honestly, I think the little loop around Big Bend is probably one of my favorites. I don't think I have a favorite, but that is probably one of my top 3. You're as far into the Gulf road-wise as you can possibly be, right? You know, when you think Florida, I think you think the beaches a lot. This is a different take on the beach.
I think with overlanding, it's like the one time where you stop giving a fuck, right?
It's a hobby that really challenges you because you're trying to figure a way to sustain yourself for periods of time away from home, and how to keep that system dialed to where you have everything you need, but not too much excess.
I grew up in a family that we really didn't go outdoors.
So it's a really fun, complex challenge to figure out how to just do bigger and better overlanding trips.
You're forced to do life with people. You're forced into uncomfortable circumstances with people, and there's not really an escape hatch.
It puts you to the limit, right? Like, you know you have to survive, and it's like, you know, you can do what you gotta do. And that taught me a lot about myself.
I mean, you could take your ball and go home for sure, right? Like you could take your rig and just go home. But then you miss out on the adventure of it all.
It's only when I'm overlanding and stuff that I really don't have my anxiety.
We are overstimulated on the daily with the news and lights and the internet and pick a thing.
But for some reason, I realize that when I'm here and doing this, and we put ourselves through crazier stuff, my anxiety goes away. I get adrenaline, but like in a good way.
I like overlanding because we get blessed to go explore these areas that are shrinking on the daily.
We all know this. Trails are getting shut down everywhere.
Society is slowly encroaching on these areas and taking them away from us, closing down the trails. Private landowners are buying them up. So some of these things that we can see now, we may not be able to see tomorrow. So yeah, we have some pretty built up rigs with a lot of technology in them.
It's not about having the cool gadgets, it's about the memories that you make.
But we're not hooked up to the internet. We're not checking Facebook. We're not taking in all this information other than what's around us. And I think that it's a chance to stop, recage our brains, but also connect at a deeper level with the people that we're here with.
You know, it's about sharing these experiences with a common group of people who have similar goals.
It constantly is satisfying my off-road needs and wants.
What if every weekend you got to experience adventure? And so the FAT exists to help people, to make it accessible to experience adventure right here in Florida.
So it's day 3. We are at Manatee Springs State Park, somewhere near Ocala, Florida. We got into camp pretty late last night, and instead of looking for a spot to camp somewhere on the trail, we decided to just find a space that had campsites available. I know it's not like this, it's kind of like overlandy taboo to be getting a campsite, but look, let's be real. There is an excessive heat warning going on in Florida, and it's about 106 degrees almost every single day, and we need spots like this that have electrical so we can run our AC or our fans without it shutting off in the middle of the night. So we have to plug up, and it's more of a self-preservation thing. So as much as we'd love to keep it real, whatever that means, we would still prefer to not die or faint in the middle of the night because of all this heat. We are doing what we can to summer camp and still be somewhat relaxed at night. So I don't care what anybody says about trying to keep it real when it comes to overlanding, and any gatekeepers that might say that's not really overlanding. I think for us it's more, we're still adventuring, but at the same time we also want to protect ourselves from the elements. How it's like become my thing, but like spam and eggs in the morning has become like the thing that I make like as a staple. It's not even that hard. It's just, I don't know why spam and eggs have become my thing, because maybe because it's so easy to make. And Berkmeyer asked for some spam sandwiches this morning. Spam sandwiches, really quick, easy, with some Hawaiian rolls. Yeah, nothing crazy. I'm not a chef, but yeah, it's become my thing.
look at getting stuck as a rite of passage. I think that you start to learn your vehicle's limits.
I'm in the hole. I live here now.
I didn't feel great to find out that it was the same hole that I got stuck in a year ago.
Just got stuck in the same hole. Instead of same girl, same hole.
I learned that I am not yet equipped to make it through that hole.
How many meters do you think this is?
4 or 5, give or take.
All right, you try the KR3s. You are right, probably 4 or 5, huh? I don't know how you knew that was meters, because I'm not good at that kind of thing.
I don't.
Luckily, this time it has approximately. Can I just ask a question?
Brad, can you drive up a little bit?
I'll just pull up.
Brad, you can't do that because you're stuck.
God.
Okay.
Rig hatch, rig hatch,
Yeah, let's give it a second.
rig hatch. Your back stuff.
All your stuff's gonna go flying.
Did you just hit the steering wheel? Oh, you don't have a hitch on the. Oh yeah, so you had to use that hook. Yeah, normally I would say not to use one of those hooks for a kinetic pull. Yeah.
But yeah, safety-wise.
Well, and just strength-wise, that's why you heard that gnarly little yank. Bolted in, so it's just pulling against the. Way too many times on this trip, I've just been describing things this way.
So we were just airing down, and I am helping out my good buddy John here when I noticed somebody needs to get their knees cleaned up. You were just goofy, bro.
Listen,
That is just not gonna fly. How am I supposed to go trail riding with you with them knees?
this is quite the treatment here.
Golly.
It's like I'm getting on an airline for a warm toilet.
Oh, that's as good as we're gonna get them.
Well, can you feel it? I can clean myself. No one is gonna like me on the internet anymore. What am I, a joke to you?
Last night when we were doing some of the night wheeling in Citrus was probably the part I'm gonna remember the most, like going up that little mini gulch and just seeing like all the vehicles like about to tip over and just being like, oh my God. It's fun to see like, John doing, the John thing where he's spotting people down and, basically like based on what the vehicle's doing, I felt like just the teamwork that like went into that part was like really good to see.
There you go. That's it right there, passenger. Don't grab the brakes at all. Nice and easy. Let it do its little electrical thing. Yep.
Perfect.
Go. Good. Go just a little driver. Yeah, wagging the wheel. I like it. I like it. Yeah, buddy, get it. That's it right there. Yeah. Right out. Yeah. Faster. There you go, drive it out.
He was right. That was a slightly dumber line.
Did say slightly dumber line.
And that, my friends, is the hero shot.
I think the cool thing about this group of folks is like We care about each other, and we have a lot of the same goals and vision for where we're headed and what we're doing.
I think we've grown as a group, but also worked through some pretty substantial issues that could have ended the trip at any moment.
We have definitely tackled just an amount of issues from just logistics to the weather, just mechanical, electrical, even group dynamic issues.
We have just tackled issue after issue almost flawlessly.
Every trip has problems, right? Like that's part of what makes adventure great.
If we have issues, we just talk about it. It's like a good relationship.
And so even when maybe personalities clash or when stuff gets hard or things break,
I think it's been interesting seeing how the group addresses every single one of them.
we just figured it out, and everybody stayed really positive, and we just made fun of each other the whole time. And I think that helps people like stay in the rut, like locked in with the group.
I have anxiety, and people here act like it's not a big deal. Like, okay, yeah, so Danon's vehicle just completely shut down and won't turn back on. Let's still continue making jokes.
When everybody can just like not take things too seriously and just keep things light and fun and give people new nicknames, like calling Brad Bread.
We just go down some crazy rabbit holes while we're talking. We might start off with the sandwich, but then Brad becomes Bread, and now his name's Bread.
And I need that in my life. I need people to remind me that I worry too much sometimes, and that I don't have to worry that much.
The way that this group of people have been able to communicate, I think, is imperative to a successful group.
I think everybody learned some stuff on this trip and gained some new skills and got along, and we're closer because of it.
It's the camaraderie.
Why did I create the Ford Adventure Trail? That's a good question. My dad grew up really poor in Ohio, and his dream as a kid was living in Florida. And so when we moved to Florida, he was like, we're all in, like we're doing all the Florida stuff. My dad used to have this thing that he would say, right? Like we'd pull down some dirt road, or we'd pull into this little, Floridian town or whatever the thing is. And my dad would go, hey, be quiet, shh. He'd go, look. Now this is the real Florida. And I miss him, and the fat is like this cool extension of memories that I made with my dad. Those of you that take your kids overlanding or get to experience the fat with your families, like you're continuing in some weird way, continuing the legacy of like what helped my dad and I have a good relationship, When you see how much time you have left, it tends to make what matters matter more. And my dad passing away in December made the things that matter more. And this stuff matters a lot to me. You know, spending time with family matters a lot to me. The outdoors matters a lot to me. Adventure travel in Florida matters a lot to me. I mean, just overlanding in general matters a ton to me. I think that is the thing I care the most about, is like preserving what we've got, preserving, you know, the outdoors, but also creating new opportunities and more accessible opportunities for, like, you know, the mom and dad who are like really busy and don't necessarily have time to like sit around and plan some epic overland trip. They can just download a thing, put it on their phone, and have an epic adventure with their family. I hope more families get to do that, because I'm telling you, that time goes by so quick. When you see how much time you have left, it tends to make what matter more. In some weird way, I hope that like long after I'm gone, people are like still running the fat, you know, like 30, 40, 50 years from now. There's somebody driving down some dirt road with his kid because of this stupid thing.
I've been an alcoholic for 14 years.
Hold on, let me fix my mustache.
Actually, I don't know if I should say that on camera.
Lord have mercy.
I don't know how to make the answer into the question into the answer.
My favorite part of the fat is a chew, a sneeze you. What's the name of it again? What? John?
Dana, you're a time traveler? Yeah. That's pretty cool.
And I keep saying Save Expo, but the E in Save is Expo, so it's the Save Expo.
Quiet down back there. We're trying to work.
I can see you.
Yeah, I know, but you're not talking to me.
Does anybody even see me? They all just think I'm crazy.
I'm going to change my answer altogether.
I know.
To what?
Cooking.
Cooking?
The burn event thing.
Yeah. How the hell did I forget about that?
You are my imaginary friend.
Is there a panther behind me? Okay, you looked a little scared there, so I can look off to the side.
No wonder your ass so big.
That's it.